Dude, when I trip in the concert pit, the band stops like, are you okay? Are you sure? Are you okay? And then these guys are like, kill him.
Yeah.
Kill that guy.
Because he's the weakest one. He fell.
Leftovers, 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 leftovers.
Welcome to my Leftovers podcast. This is the Leftovers Files episode today. And today we are talking about something that people don't necessarily talk about unless you're in the know, unless you're one of the cool kids.
Ooh.
Alex, before we get into it.
You're going to ask me and I'm going to say no because I'm not part of the cool kids?
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
Alex, do you like music?
Music?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Big fan, right?
Yeah.
Alex, did you know that all the bands that we grew up with, like in the terms of rock music, alternative music, have now become classics to the young people?
You mean 3 Days Grace?
They've become officially classics.
And the other guy, 3 Doors Down?
3 Doors Down, Breaking Benjamin.
And a couple of the other threes.
Green Day, of course.
Yeah.
All those bands, right? So if you guys grew up in like the 2000s, 2010s, especially 2010s, pop punk made a they made a spectacle of music, right? Everything from regular singing to scream music, and the whole like weird little Tumblr post where it's like, you hear screams, I hear feelings, you know? It was a cringe time.
That was back in the day when like they would do Pop Goes Punk.
Yes.
No, Punk Goes Pop.
I love that album.
I think that is what got me into like punk and like rock and stuff.
It was amazing. Those albums were great.
They were.
Now, for most people, you think of bands when you hear rock music and you're like, oh, Metallica.
Yeah.
Irons, whatever, right? Or Kiss even, right?
The Naked Brothers Band.
The Naked Brothers Band.
Yeah.
Or Big Time Rush.
Yeah.
But then like when you think like hard rock, then you think of bands like A Day to Remember.
Jonas Brothers.
Jonas Brothers for sure.
I get hard, you know what I'm saying? Hard rock.
Bands like Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens. But then when you think of like the hardest of music, then you start thinking of bands like Slipknot. Then you think of bands like Bring Me the Horizon, who are known to have like deathcore sounds.
Yeah.
Now, it's my opinion that a lot of people don't understand that there's deeper levels of this shit, right? When you think of hard rock and you hear Bring Me the Horizon, that's not the hardest rock, especially right now. Bands like Bring Me the Horizon have completely changed their tone. They went from a deathcore sound to straight up melodic. There was even a hashtag going around where they were comparing them to My Chemical Romance, and because of one of their songs.
Oh, really?
It sounded like a My Chemical Romance vibe song.
Yeah.
So they were just like, My Chemical Horizon, Bring Me the Chemical.
Wait, is that more like pop then?
It kind of has more. It's just, yeah, I guess that's a one way to put it. Yeah, because it's more melodic. There's more melody, and in deathcore, it's just straight screaming and guitar.
You know what I don't like actually? You know how like at the Grammys they don't ever like give a Grammy for the rock bands nowadays?
I agree.
What the hell happened? Like just because it's not as popular, I don't think they should stop giving Grammys for them.
We have they had a whole freaking show for a country music award for Beyonce.
Yeah.
That was so ridiculous.
I think they need to bring back like the rock genre, like give it more of a spotlight. Like it doesn't have to be like this thing that only like the weirdos like or whatever.
100%. And hot take. I think every form of rock music is a lot harder than any other kind of music.
Yeah.
Personally, minus like orchestras and things like that.
Yeah.
Because when even people who scream, those people who have like can scream, like again, I go back to one of my favorite bands, Bring Me Horizon. When they scream, you're talking about someone who's putting their voice on the line, first of all, because that can destroy it. Two, to hold a note and then also add screaming into it and then move around the note while screaming is insane vocal skills.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I do think that rock music doesn't get the love it needs.
I also believe that I think it feels more like impactful because it genuinely feels like there's instruments involved.
Exactly.
Like there's more soul in it because of that. Like, yes, I like a pop beat or whatever, blah, 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 but it's like, it feels too computerized. And maybe, yes, there's probably like rock bands that all of their stuff is made on computers, but if you were to tell me that it's not, then I believe you.
Linkin Park. Linkin Park was famously known to add like electronic elements to their music.
Yeah.
But guess what? They still made their own music. Pop singers, generally, they get their songs written for them.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
it's a big difference in the feeling you're going to get. That's why a lot of people make fun of rock music these days, because the music might be cringe. It might be like cringe lyrics. But at the same time, when you really think about it, those came from a real person who just wanted to let that out versus a pop singer who's singing someone else's words.
Yeah.
So,
especially because, dude, the other day, I'm not going to lie. You know Camila Cabello?
Yeah, I love her.
You know the song No Tears in the Club or something like that?
Yeah, I
No
love
Crying in the Club?
Yeah.
I hate that song.
Do you really?
I hate that song. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because it's clearly, and I did find this out, it was written by Sia.
Oh.
And you can tell because when people write a song, they'll give a demo of it, right?
Right.
And then the artist that whoever gets it, they do their own version of it. It straight up feels like she's impersonating Sia the entire time.
Well, wasn't Umbrella also written by Sia?
I think so. Yeah,
it was like
yeah, but it's like I like when artists will do their actual take on it because
Right.
when you're listening to that song, you're not thinking Sia. When you listen to the Camila Cabello song, you're thinking Sia the entire time.
Oh, that's a shame. What
Yeah.
a shame. Because she's a great artist too. Camila Cabello has a great voice, but I see it too.
Yeah.
I can see what you're saying. Damn. Well, here's the thing. If you think that Bring Me the Horizon, Slipknot, Metallica, these kinds of bands are the hardest bands, you are dead wrong. Because there is way more to this genre. We're talking about heavy metal. We're talking about death metal, deathcore music today. We're talking about the hardest type of metal. We are
Death
talking
metal
about.
was my favorite DC event.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No, it was good though.
Poser. Poser is going to become a very important word today, so keep that in mind, guys.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk today about the hardest type of rock music, Norwegian black metal.
Ooh.
This is by far the scariest type of music that you've ever heard. And to be honest, it's a shame to even call these people acts. Like, oh, it's a musical act. I don't think it's an act when you live and breathe what your message is.
You're like, it's a shame to call these people because they're just scary.
Well, yeah,
Are they like the type?
worse.
Oh,
It's worse.
Oh,
it's
God.
yeah. We'll get into it. So let me set the stage for you real quick. We're talking about Norway in the late 1980s when the big emergence of Norwegian black metal really started. So it's obviously, Norway is one of the safest countries in the world. It is wealthy due to the North Sea oil that they have, and they have very low crime rates, believe it or not. And of course, they have beautiful landscapes, mountains, everything you want in a country.
they produced Holland.
They produce Holland,
Yeah.
right? Now, it's also very secular, despite centuries of Christianity, though. So keep this in mind.
What's secular mean?
Like very
Gonna quickly pull up Google.
not connected to religion.
Okay.
Now, heavy metal already existed, but mostly traditional heavy metal and death metal. So what you imagine heavy metal to sound like, it's what was going on.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the metal scene was a very small underground scene at the time, and everyone knew each other here. And tape trading was huge at this time. Basically, recording over tapes and stuff like that to pass it around the world, all that stuff. There was no internet. Fans mailed demo tapes around the world to get their music, everywhere.
Yeah.
And most musicians were actually teenagers or in their early 20s. Now, a few fun facts before we get into what we're going to talk about. The Norwegian scene was so small that nearly every major band from this era shared members at some point. It was that small. And many musicians still live with their parents while cultivating these terrifying public personas. So it's very interesting just to paint the scene of what Norwegian black metal was at the time. Now, today, we're not talking about just Norwegian black metal. We're going to talk about the hardest, the most metal band you've ever heard of. Mayhem. If you've ever heard of this name and it gave you chills down your spine, you know this story. But you might not know the full story. So
Lady Gaga's new album?
no.
Okay.
Mayhem was founded in 1984, and the original members were Øystein Arseth, who goes by Euronymous, Necro Butcher, and Mannheim. I cannot pronounce that last one, but we'll give it our best shot. Now, the band was named after a Venom song, Venom, another band, and Venom practically invented black metal imagery. So when you think of like the satanic, the black, and all that stuff,
Yeah.
it came from Venom, that band.
Oh, wow.
But here's the problem. Mayhem didn't think they were metal enough. They weren't dark enough. So Mayhem decided we're going to go darker. Now, Euronymous was a guitarist. He's the record store owner later in life, a charismatic leader, but he loved extreme imagery, like the most fucked up shit you can think of. And he was obsessed with creating the most evil band. Those were his words. His obsession was creating the most evil band ever.
You're like, during performances, they would kill kids.
Well,
Oh,
we'll get
what
into
the hell?
they didn't kill kids.
Okay, Jesus.
But they started developing a philosophy around true Norwegian black metal, which kind of starts getting into these weird neo-Nazi vibes. But we're not. But thankfully, these guys, I guess, didn't do that to my
Okay.
knowledge. But we'll see. And his personality, he was a very intelligent person. He was opinionated. He could be manipulative. He was loved shocking people. That was like his thrill. He loved making people quench and do all these weird things. And a lot of friends disagreed whether he truly believed what he preached or he just enjoyed being that provoker. We don't really know. And unfortunately, he's not alive anymore to know. And we'll get into that too.
Okay.
Now, if you're thinking about what the music actually sounded like, it was very raw. There wasn't a bunch of like equalizers and stuff on the music track. It was just raw, chaotic, faster than most metal, by the way.
Oh, wow.
Like a lot. Like you're thinking of this tempo like that.
Yeah.
No, it was like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was ridiculously faster. I'm pretty sure it was faster than that. But he wanted to sound hostile. Now, the band would, it would do its thing for a little bit, but then they had a new member join, and the member's name was Dead. His name was actually Per Young Olden. His fault for having a hard name to pronounce. But his name was Dead, and he was Swedish.
DEAD?
DEAD.
Okay.
Not like your DARE opinion earlier in the last episode, how marijuana is a gateway drug. This guy's an agent. This guy's a secret agent.
Wait, you said DEAR?
Fuck. Now, Per Young V. Olin, he goes by Dead. He joined Mayhem around 1988. He was a Swedish guy. And he changed Mayhem forever. Now, why did he call himself Dead? By the way, he called himself Dead. All these people in the Norwegian black metal scene, they were calling themselves these ridiculous names. But I kind of believe they believe their name.
It's like Corpse's husband or whatever.
Yeah. But like, these guys were really Corpse's husband.
Yeah, but like they were actually about it.
So Dead said that he felt dead inside. And it was due to him having a very early, close to death in his childhood. Like when he almost died when he was a child. I believe he fell in a frozen river or something, and they pulled him out. And I think he was actually legally dead too as a child.
What the heck?
When he came back alive, I guess you could say.
That's a sick origin story.
That's a sick origin story for death metal. Hell yeah. And he kind of always said that he just never felt like he was alive again.
Oh.
Which was interesting, right? He was fascinated with death from childhood because of this. Now, there's different reports. There's also another report that he ruptured his spleen as a child. So I don't actually know what the actual story is of what happened to him as a child. All I know is he had a very close call with death.
Ruptured spleen doesn't sound very cool.
It doesn't sound very metal.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why, and I really hope this doesn't happen to like me or whatever, but like it sounds like a nerd thing. Like it sounds kind of nerdy. I got a ruptured spleen. Maybe it's just because of the word spleen.
It's the word spleen.
I think it's the word spleen because it just sounds like spleen,
It's also because I don't know what it does. So in my head, you just ate too many tackies. Well, that's what you get for eating so many tackies, Dead.
Yeah.
And he would also wear corpse paint on stage. So Dead popularized this look that a lot of emo kids and a lot of bands later on would do, where they would wear white paint and black makeup around the eyes to resemble what a corpse would look like, and dark lips, of course.
Who is she? Who is this? A Mackenzie when she dressed up like for Halloween?
Good callback. I hate that lady. Now, this is where it gets fucked up. Dead would like to smell like death. So he would bury his stage clothes in the ground to kind of give it that earthy aroma.
Okay. That's not so bad.
And he dug them up before concerts and put them on, which in my opinion just means he smelled dead.
Yeah.
But he wanted him to smell like a decomposing earth. He believed his clean clothes weren't quote unquote dead until they were in the ground.
Okay.
Then he found a dead crow and he kept it in a plastic bag, and it's reported that he would smell it every time before he went on stage. And he claimed that it helped him smell death and get into it.
Oh my God.
On stage, he would do horrible things. This is where Mayhem gets their horrible, gnarly stage presence. He would cut himself on stage with various items, from knives, barbed wire, just random things. He would even use broken bottles, and he'd bleed so heavily throughout all these shows. Sometimes he'd even pass out, and the members would have to do some kind of first aid in the moment. Now, obviously not real first aid, just enough to kind of wake him up and get him back to performing.
Some smelling salts. It's like, come back to us, come back.
Come back. Oh, it smells like pee. It's like, yeah, because I peed in the bottle. But the audience actually didn't know it was real. They thought it was all part of the act.
So they didn't know that he was actually bleeding out?
He didn't know he was bleeding out to the point where like he could have died every time. They would even throw pig heads into the crowd. Animal remains would be on stage. They would sever sheep heads on stage, and there was blood everywhere. It was legitimately, they were just slaughtering animals on stage sometimes. It was bad. Now,
damn, imagine being like the stage crew and just being like, bro, come on. Like, I'm getting paid $10 an hour. Like,
not even.
Oh yeah, but back then, right?
like
I'm getting 5 cents.
Dude, for real.
Yeah.
But this 5 cents will buy my children school and a house.
Yeah, true. But it's like, come on, bro. Like, I have to clean that up.
Well, what sucks is like they would only play in like these small underground scenes. These were legitimately just at this point, it was just the same people within, it's a small community.
Yeah.
They all knew each other. So it was probably like, fucking Mayhem's coming. God damn it. Everyone fucking get a bucket.
Yeah.
No, I don't care if you're listening. Everyone's going to get a bucket and we're all going to clean this shit up together.
Yeah, it's like hide your guys' pets because we don't know if they're gonna kill your guys' pets.
Now, unfortunately, obviously, this would all go well with Mayhem's satanic imagery. Like they wanted to be like the satanic devils on stage.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, Dad would also struggle mental health issues, increasing depression, withdrawn all the time. He talked constantly about death, and his friends later said that they actually worried about him because of all his acts on stage, what he would talk about, and obviously his fascination with dying.
Yeah. It's like, wow, after all of this, I think I'm worried about the guy. It's like, when did you not worry?
Yeah, guys, maybe speak up sooner.
Yeah, it's like, wait, on the last show, I feel like he bled more than usual. Like a drop more, right? Yeah, I'll drop more.
You think he can go harder?
Yeah.
And then we get into April 8th, 1991. Probably Mayhem's most notorious moment in their entire band's career. On April 8th, 1991, Dead was alone at a shared house with other bandmates. He left an unalive note, and he famously apologized in the note. He said, "Sorry for all the blood." It was due to him taking a shotgun to the dome, and also before that, taking a knife and cutting himself in several areas. This is when we get back to our main character.
That's how you know that he was actually about it too. Like he really wanted it. Because no, because like people would stop at the cut because then they would have a realization like, oh, what am I doing? But then like afterwards he was like, no, I'm like really in this.
You could have just said he was committed. Nah, he was really about it.
Like a dude was locked in.
You didn't think he was about it when he was cutting himself on stage?
No, I mean like that was for sure just like a pain thing, like some emotional like trauma or something. But then like at the very end, because I have heard stories that a lot of times when people unalive, they
regret it.
They regret it. And it's like sometimes people survive it. Mm-hmm. But this felt like, no. He was really into it.
Job's not done until I say it's done.
Yeah.
He literally was sitting there like, I didn't hear no bell.
It's like he teased himself.
Damn, that's crazy because he was fascinated with like pain and death. Who knows? He was teasing himself. That's a fucked up thing to think. Alex said that, by the way. This is where it gets fucked up. If it wasn't fucked up enough,
I was going to say
it's going to get fucked up more. Euronymous, our main character, comes back. He arrives at the house. He sees that the door is locked and he actually had to climb through a window to get to him. Now, instead of calling the police, he leaves the house and he goes to buy a disposable camera. He returns and he takes photographs of his body. He takes photographs of Dead's body on the ground. The photograph, one photo of the entire roll, would later be leaked and it became a bootleg album cover for the band's album, Dawn of the Black Hearts.
That's messed up.
You can see in full color and everything, Dead on the ground, dead. With you can see all of it. There's nothing to hide. It is a very, very graphic album cover, and I urge you to not look it up. Not for the sake of it's too gory, for the sake of Dead, because this would end up pissing off everyone in the band. Now, there's
suddenly Logan Paul is not so bad.
I think we all owe Logan Paul an apology after this video.
It's like, hey, that could have been worse, apparently.
Well, it still gets worse. According to multiple musicians, Euronymous collected fragments of Dead's skull after the death. He claimed to have made necklaces out of it, and he would give them to musicians who were deemed worthy.
Dude, if this dude deemed me worthy, then I would stop playing the instruments that I play.
I'd have to take a good look at myself like, what the fuck am I doing?
Like, okay, I'm going into marketing right now.
Now, Necro Butcher, one of the band's members, would end up furious because he was basically making a mockery out of Dead's death and also obviously making like a spectacle of his death. Yeah. So he left the band and he said exactly that. Euronymous exploited Dead's death. Yeah. That's a very hard sentence to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, people are arguing though, was this really him being like, oh, I need to make my band even scarier. I need to show how hardcore we are, we're about it. We'll end ourselves for this freaking, music stuff,
Yeah.
Or was it his way of coping like, wait, but this is what we're all about. This would be hardcore if we put the, if I take pictures of it, like
it's like we aren't just a brand, we're actually living it.
Right. And people don't understand if he actually was like that crazy or just that traumatized by what he saw that he just thought I have to get back in character and just focus on the band. We don't know, and we will never know that, unfortunately. Now, this is when we get to Helvet. Helvet is just a straight translation, means hell. It is a record store that was opened in Oslo. Again, it just means hell. Now, it's a record store, nothing crazy. You can buy records, as you do.
I've heard of those. I see a couple over there.
But however, this record store was different. This was owned by Euronymous. And it had a basement that became legendary. It had dark walls, candles, weapons, posters. Everyone was smoking. I don't know why that's a detail in here, but everyone was smoking. Everyone talked about Satan, death, violence, and being quote unquote true. Which again, it kind of leads back to the neo-Nazi vibes of this whole scene. So there was also an inner circle. It was a small clique that formed, and they only wore pink on Wednesdays. But this included Euronymous, Varg, Emperor members, Dark Throne members, and others. They're basically different members of different metal bands at that time. And they had a philosophy. Euronymous encouraged elitism, hatred of commercial metal, anti-Christian ideas, and extremity. If you are an extreme, you are not welcome here. The media later portrayed Helvet as almost a cult headquarters, and they really thought it was like a cult where a satanic cult place. Realistically, it probably wasn't that intense. It was probably just a bunch of guys smoking and just talking the whole time and like listening to music. And this is where we get introduced to someone who will become so important to the story. Varg Vikernes. Very Norwegian name.
Yeah, very.
Very. He was a young, intelligent man who was obsessed with Tolkien, the guy who wrote The Hobbit and all that stuff. And he started Burzum. Burzum means darkness in Tolkien's black speech. By the way, I looked it up. Black speech is not what you think it is. You racist piece of shit. It's part of the Lord of the Rings.
Don't cancel us.
And if I'm wrong, well, tell this guy, not me. When he met Euronymous, he initially admired him and wanted to impress him. He quickly became one of Helvet's central figures. And his personality was very highly opinionated. He wanted control. He had strong ideological views, and he wanted to be viewed as the most extreme guy. Basically, he showed up at Euronymous' store and he was like, "You're extreme and I like you. I want to show you how much more extreme I am,"
Oh my God. Is this Elon talking to Kanye?
And they ended up in a competition. Both men wanted leadership in the cult that they were basically in. They wanted respect and they wanted to define black metal. Eventually, the friendship turned to a rivalry. And before we get into that, there was something that happened in this scene that people know this time era more than importantly for. Church burnings. Alex, have you ever wanted to burn a church?
Never.
Oh, me neither.
Have you?
No, dude. But it looks fucking sick in movies.
It does look cool.
It looks really fucking sick.
You know what though? I think like just anything on fire looks cool.
It does kind of look cool.
Like,
should we like set a house on fire?
Yeah. The summer's not even over yet.
Oh yeah, it burns real good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just say that it was just too hot.
It was lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll put out some hay. We're really close to a house. And then
if we burned the hay, we didn't burn down the house.
No. It just happened to be really close.
Wow, we'd be really bad criminals, huh?
We would be. We would get caught instantly. We're saying it on a podcast.
That is true. Obviously, it's not true, guys. Stop being idiots. Stop being sheeple.
I can't even turn on a lighter, to be honest. So.
Without crying. In 1992, Fantoff Staff Church burns. It was originally built in 1150.
That's not a real year, dude. It's only 1800s and up.
Anything before that doesn't exist.
But
it was built around 1150. What can I say? It was one of Norway's historic wooden churches. So easy to burn, right? Now, why did churches burn? It was anti-Christian symbolism. Some participants claimed they wanted revenge against Christianity, replacing Norse paganism.
Ooh.
Neo-Nazi vibes.
Oh, is it really?
Well,
it's not like Norse mythology or something?
No.
Oh.
They're talking about like traditional values. That kind of stuff. But again, not necessarily Norse paganism means neo-Nazi, but you get what I'm getting. You know where we're going with this. Now, dozens of church fires followed. Ancient buildings, irreplaceable history was all gone. Obviously, it was a media frenzy and it was terrible. And this is where we get back to Varg. Varg was photographed in front of the ruins of one of these churches. He initially denied involvement in this, but he was later convicted for multiple arsons.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So obviously, you know, there's a lot of talk about how like this time it was basically heavy metal versus God.
Yeah.
You know, and some of these guys really took it a step further and said, fuck it, we're going to make our message clear. Fuck your church. Fuck your faith.
Wow.
You know? And it's fucked up, but
yeah.
You know, because even
For the art.
to this day, I don't know any band that talks about anti-Christian values at
Yeah.
all. Even bands like Bring Me the Horizon, there's a famous song that they refuse to sing live.
Really?
Called Crooked Young, because they believe that it's too anti-religion to the point where they think that the audience believes that they're anti-Christianity. But the reality of this, because there's a whole part where he literally says fuck your faith,"
Yeah.
you know, and he's kind of making fun of religion, but in reality it's because during his rehab stay he ended up being, religion got pushed on him, so he said, "No, I want to believe in myself. I don't want to believe in something else that might believe in me.
Yeah.
I want to have I want to be able to define my life based on what I believe in myself," you know?
Narcissist.
Yeah, maybe. but it was basically a call to say, believe in yourself before you make someone else believe in you, which is a
okay.
great message. The song did not clearly state that.
Yeah. It's like somewhere along the lines you guys didn't translate it well.
Yeah. But you know what? Best album of the year.
The thought was there.
Yep. And they
Yeah.
won album of the year with that album. So
Really?
Sempiternal.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, we get to the finale. And this is where Mayhem goes mayhem.
Ooh.
There's a relationship that falls apart. It's between Varg and Euronymous. There's money disputes, power struggles, rumors, fear, and paranoia. There is an alleged murder plot from Varg that supposedly Varg was going to murder Euronymous in the woods, and he was going to make the first ever heavy metal snuff film. Basically,
Oh,
you know what that
no.
is?
Yeah.
It's a film where they basically film torture.
Yeah.
Varg later claimed that Euronymous planned to kill him instead, and then others dispute this, but there's no consensus on this because everyone was hearing different things.
So one of the members of the band was going to kill the other one?
Well, this guy wasn't part of the band. He was part of the cult
Oh, okay.
thing, right? The other guy, Necro Butcher, who left, he wanted to kill him, but he was just basically like, "God damn it, like I fucking," for exploiting, Dead's death.
Yeah.
But he was like, fuck this guy, just like he's just like, I left.
Yeah.
But in August of 1993, Varg drives to Bergen to Oslo with Snor Ruch. I don't know these words because these are fucking Norwegian places, so
Yeah.
guys, deal with it. He visits Euronymous' apartment where they're supposed to sign a contract, and during which Euronymous, don't know why, kicks Varg in the chest. Just
Okay.
kicks Varg in the chest,
Like a drop kick?
like just a front kick to the chest, and he just pushes him down.
A big boot?
A big boot.
Okay.
Big boot to the chest. And Euronymous turns around and he attempts to go for a kitchen knife.
Oh.
Euronymous, in some kind of frenzy, in some kind of wrestling thing there, he does not get the kitchen knife. Varg gets it. And as Euronymous is trying to get up and run out of the apartment, he's getting poked with the pointy thing. Being YouTube safe.
Yeah.
He's getting poked. Every single step he's getting poked. By the end of it, he has over 20 wounds. Yeah. And by the end of it, he ends up on the steps, I believe, of his apartment where he just passes away. Varg runs away, obviously, just like, I just did something, I gotta run.
Yeah.
And obviously, a dead body on the ground gets found pretty quickly outside. So the police find him, and Varg is later arrested a few days later. In the trial, he is convicted of murder. He's convicted of church burning, and he's also convicted of explosive charges. Apparently, he had explosive like bombs and stuff like that in his apartment. And later in life too, he gets released, and then I believe he also gets arrested again because he planned to do some terrorism with bombs as well. This guy
Jesus.
was like. Mayhem was bad, but I guess this guy was worse.
Wow.
He was sentenced for 21 years, the maximum sentence in Norway at the time. They would have sentenced him longer, but they just
The maximum is 22?
21
21?
years. So they would have sentenced him longer, but the laws had not caught up to how fucking metal the state was,
Yeah. They probably haven't seen like crime to the level of needing 21 plus years.
Exactly,
Wow.
because crime rates were so low.
Yeah.
Now, despite everything, Mayhem became legendary, and they would end up influencing bands like Emperor, Dark Funeral, and Gorgoroth, and countless other black metal bands. Those like, quote, that Y2K aesthetic where they have like names on the chest where it looks like just straight up barbed wire scratches and stuff like that. That's where that's the aesthetic comes from. Black metal, right? Later on too, there was a movie released about this band called Lord of Chaos, where it was a movie adaptation of what had happened with the black metal scene in in Norway. Goddamn, I'm stupid. and most people criticize the accuracy of it. But at the end of the day, now you just have to debate: was Mayhem the most insane band ever? Was Dead really like insane, or was he just pleading for help the entire time?
Yeah.
And what the fuck is up with Euronymous? What the fuck is wrong with that guy?
Holy crap.
But that's the start and the origin and the birth of black metal in Norway.
Would you ever listen to his music or their music?
They're still active. Wow. They are still active. And
How can you be active with that history?
Well, because the original guy who was exploiting Dead's death is gone and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The rest of the band, I guess, I don't know how many members are still left. I know there's one for sure. And he goes on interviews saying not recently, but in the last few years, where he was like basically explaining like, I wanted to kill him. I wanted to kill the guy and for exploiting his death. And they talk about it openly. They still make music. It's just a whole, they're still in the death metal scene. It's just...
But even like the fact that they have the album with his corpse in it.
So I looked into that a little more. It turns out that it wasn't like they necessarily did that. Like the band made a decision, we're going to release this, or Euronymous decided, I'm going to release this. It's just that the photograph was leaked because Euronymous was probably showing off everyone. Like, hey, look at this fucking picture. Look at how fucking metal we are,
Oh, I thought they actually like committed to the idea of...
And the place that actually released this album, it was a bootleg album. So it wasn't even like an actual from a record company. So there's also debate here if maybe Euronymous leaked the photo himself.
Ooh.
Right, but we'll never know. He's dead,
Never know.
obviously. So unfortunately, but if you thought fucking God was metal, you thought the Catholic canonized stories were metal.
Yeah.
You've never heard of fucking Norway black metal, dude.
Jesus.
In my opinion, God versus black metal, in that era, black metal won, dude.
Yeah.
By a landslide. Nowadays, I think Christianity is winning.
Did it because they're all gone. I mean, like the guys that were like the most into it.
Well, they basically, they ended themselves. Either they ended themselves or they ended each other.
Oh my God. Dude, I can't even imagine if I go to a concert and one of the people on the stage fall and like bleed.
Dude, when I trip in the concert pit, the band stops like, are you okay? Are you sure? Are you okay? And then these guys are like, kill him.
Yeah.
Kill that guy.
Because he's the weakest one. He fell. Kill him and bring me his head.
Bring me his head.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it on my boat and I'm going to call it Blackbeard.
Or like, give me his leg. I'm going to use it to play the drums after this.
What do you think, Alex? Are you down for black metal now?
No. I would never go. That was gonna sound racist as all. That was gonna sound so bad. But I would never go to that genre.
Why? Is there a certain color you don't like?
No, it just could be because it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
I don't even like crazy intense like punk.
I do. I love the hardcore stuff. I love it. I love all that like anti-Christianity stuff.
What? I thought people don't do that. You said.
Yeah, but like I seek it out.
I like Christian rock.
I do too.
Yeah, it's really nice.
good.
It's uplifting. If it just feels good. It's actually like catchy.
Yeah. I was joking. I don't like anti-Christianity stuff. That's fucked up. That'd be fucked up to say.
Yeah.
No, but like I do love like my favorite band still to this day is still like Escape the Fate, Bring the Horizon. Like I love that level of metal. Anything past that, I'm not in.
Yeah.
I just can't understand it. And two, I'm just like, I'm not feeling the anger you feel. I got a pretty decent life.
Are they both considered metal though?
Bring Me Horizon?
Yeah.
Not anymore.
But like even back then,
They were considered deathcore.
deathcore.
Yeah, Bring Me Horizon.
Serious?
Originally, before the whole Sempiternal albums and before all the new stuff, they were actually doing deathcore music.
I guess I just never heard their stuff. I've only heard the song with Ed Sheeran.
and then Escape the Fate was always considered like just post alternative or something.
Oh, okay.
Like
okay.
whatever that meant, which I don't know what actually. They had to just make up genres for all.
They
the
really
bands.
did after a while.
After a while, they just like, fuck it, we'll take it up. But anyways, let us know down below. Do you like black metal, and what is your favorite band?
Yeah.
And then also, are you sad the fact that all our bands like Fall Out Boy and everything is considered unk music now?
Yeah. Are you also mad that they don't get the Grammys for them?
For real. Hey, hashtag more rock music. I don't know.
Yeah, bring back rock.
Bring back real rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And give the next Grammy to The Warning.
Oh, they deserve it. They honestly deserve it. Well, follow us at LFTVSPLD on TikTok. And if you want to hear more about Norwegian black metal, don't.
Yeah, no.
No, because I'm going to start looking at you weird.
Yeah, if you even tell me that you're listening to that slightly, like you're hinting at, you're like, you know what, guys? I like rock, but like aggressive. I'm cutting you off. Yeah.
I like my music to give me tinnitus.
What's the tinnitus?
When you hear ringing in your ears.
Oh,
but
hell
like,
no.
yeah.
Hell no.
But I will say, leave it to the Vikings to create the most insane athletes, the
Yeah.
most fucking insane music.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, basically look like Vancouver.
Yeah.
Look like the most beautiful place with the lowest crime rates.
Yeah.
Somehow they did it all.
Where did that rage come from?
That's what I want to know. Where did all this
Yeah.
fucking rage? They blame again. I think it's a weird. When you have so much good stuff going, you just have to look for problems, I guess.
Or what if, like, because they have that Viking blood in them, that they need to just kind of let it out somehow?
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Well, let us know down below. Did they have Viking blood and did any let it out? And was this too far?
Yeah.
But this is James.
And this was Alex.
And this is Leftovers Files.
Leftovers, leftovers.